What's up, everybody? Us versus movies. The movie Godzilla versus Kong, or Kevin versus Dustin. We're kind of on the same team on this one, right, Dustin?
No, we're very much on the same team.
Because
We're on the
this.
Mecha Godzilla side. We want to destroy
Oh,
Titan.
spoiler.
Yeah, right out the gate. I don't give a no fucks. No fucks. So
Yeah. Speaking of right out the gate, they're back, and by no, they all had their separate movies. We had the Kong and the Godzilla that had their own. And I don't know how we got this far. I think, was this supposed to be the trifecta? Was this supposed to be the reason? The universe building bullshit?
no, this is kind of the it's not even like the trilogy. It's a technically this is the third Godzilla movie. The horrible legendary Godzilla movies. And we had, this is, I guess, the second King Kong movie, though no one was asking for that with the lackluster Kong of Skull Island box office, which had a budget of 185 and brought home a whopping 566 mil, Kevin. So, most of that was international and didn't even make back its money domestically. Just let that sink in.
Great point,
movie
Dustin.
failed, and we got it sequel fighting Godzilla from it.
Didn't understand that sentence, but I totally did. No,
there's more. Then we got Godzilla King of Monsters, which everyone said was fantastic because they have no taste in cinema.
That's a huge lie. You can check out old episodes of this Skull.
No, this is no, that's the first Godzilla. I'm talking about the second one they made, the one where it's the really bad one where they put in a bunch of monsters and it was just like, this is horrible. That had a budget of 170. It only made 110 domestically. It also bombed, Kevin. And yet they were like, hey, these two tent poles, put them together. Let's do it again.
Ugh.
Yeah.
More like poop poles.
Yeah. More like giant stacks of monkey shit and like a giant lizard turd.
So. And first off, fuck you, Warner Brothers. And then second off, the budget for this is $160 to $200 million, and it's already sitting at 132 box office. The world we're in, limited, and it's also on your HBO Maxes. Came out March 31st. It has a bunch of people you've seen in other things doing probably something better. Directed by Adam Wignard. I don't know if he's been responsible for any of these other ones. It doesn't really matter. Terry Russo, Michael Dotterly, sorry. Zach Shields.
He directed the 2016 Blair Witch.
You know what? That's an interesting movie. It's not a good movie, but it does interesting things, so I'm not mad at that.
And Death Note.
And Death Note, the live action?
Yeah.
I don't like, as everyone's sitting, I think the anime sucks and the live action is terrible. And I guess the manga, as the kids call it, is awful as well. Great idea.
Horrible execution. Yeah.
God awful execution.
Horribly overrated. So,
speaking of horribly overrated, it's Alexander Skarsgård. It sounds like
Skarsgård, but that's fine.
Is it? Oh, yeah, Skarsgård. It sounds like it's
say.
In my shorts.
Yeah.
We got Don't Call Me 11, Molly Bobby Brown, Rebecca Hall, Brian Henry, and a bunch of other character actors. And it's really going to be hard not to throttle this movie, but I'm going to do my best to get all my demons out because I hate shit like this. I love shit like this, but when it's brought to our shores, American Hollywood, we don't know how to do this. We have no clue how to make big kaiju, giant smashy monsters. We're fucking clueless every single time. Single time. But then someone goes, you know what would be cool? And then I was like, no, man, don't say big dude smashing into shit. But what if we
smashing into shit?
What if we did that for like 10 minutes? And then had
a bunch 2-hour movie.
Horrible characters, poorly developed, that make no sense, with 3 parallel storylines just doing things and going places and not doing much when they what?
Yeah, this is 100%. I mean, I would argue it's just 2 movies. There's Godzilla 3 happening, and there's Kong 2 happening, and sometimes they're happening at the same time, and that's where you're just like, oh, this is really disappointed. You know, I will give you 3 movies. And also Battleship 2 is happening somehow at the same time.
Well, there's a 4th movie. It's like a teenage Nickelodeon romp where like a babysitter can't get these 2 kids hold down.
That's Godzilla 3. That's part of Godzilla 3.
Okay.
Because those characters are a carryover from Godzilla 2, King of the Monsters, King of the boring box office flops.
The last time Godzilla did anything that was just magnificent was like the Shin Godzilla. I thought that was really good because they kind of got it. They were like,
they 100% got it. It was amazing.
Let's take this, old idea of this rubber suited creature and kind of give it this lore, kind of make it realistic. Let's take it serious, but then let's kind of get a little wacky. Their wacky stayed in check, and the serious and the human actors in Shin Godzilla move the story along, and they just created tension. They created drama, and then you also have this big, giant, nasty lizard dude just fucking everything up, and you got everything, and it worked.
Yeah. No, and before that was when Godzilla was like dunking on Michael Jordan. That's really the only other time he's been good until they go back to Japan with the originals.
Yeah, you gotta be just a real Godzilla fiend to just give these a pass.
No, I am a Godzilla fiend, Kevin. They get no pass. You have to be a Godzilla dumbass, I think.
Okay. I think the hardest part is they just try too hard, and all you have to do is just put some monsters for Godzilla to fuck up. That's all anybody wants to see is him smash shit repeatedly, just fuck shit up. That's all you got to do. And everyone's just going to be like, yeah, it's 2 hours of him fucking shit up, destroying some shit. I was all right with it.
Yeah. No, that's 100% all anyone wants. But instead, we've entered the fucking our heroes versus heroes stage of this franchise already. Because OG Godzilla versus King Kong famously had the American version, which King Kong won, and then the Japanese version, in which Godzilla won. I could be wrong on that, but that's, as far as I know, that's how it went. Well, do you have anything to add to that, Kevin?
Well, one thing I do know 100% is Godzilla is a Toho creation, right?
Yeah.
And dealing with Toho, I've read and seen all these examples. Godzilla's not going to job to nobody. If he's coming in on your movie, your product, your storyline, Toho's going to be like, listen, he wins. He wins the belt or he doesn't go over. He's not going to go anywhere and take an L. He won't.
Yeah. And that's a problem with this one. Godzilla's not going to do a job. King Kong's not going to do a job because they're like, well, we can't fucking... King Kong puts asses in seats in amusement parks. King Kong, we've done 100 times. We're not going to damage that weak-ass fucking brand. So you got 2 guys... 2 champs going against each other. Who can possibly lose? Oh, I don't know. Mystery real villain, maybe? Because that's how all of these go. Avengers versus fucking
I remembered when
Justice League.
The Justice
Mystery
League
third fucking
comic book. The Justice League and the Avengers comic book. I remember reading that. And you were like, oh man. And Thor's hammer just gets picked up and Superman scratches his nuts with it. Everybody's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Batman and Captain America square off for 25 minutes, just stare at each other, and then just shake hands you're all right, bro. You're all right. Let's go fight the real bad guys. And I was just like, this shit is real bad.
It's every big hero mashup ever. Both the heroes look at each other, go, hey, we're on the same side. We're fighting for the same things. They
give the fans that little boom pop of where they fight, Hawkeye shooting an arrow.
Scuffle.
Yeah. Thor did his thing. Superman did his thing. Flash was like, zippity zap, I'm too fast. And then everyone's just like, oh, big miscommunication, guys. Big miscommunication. Yeah. Possibly because we all met in daylight in the middle of the fucking street. And when do heroes and villains ever do that?
Well, possibly because we're all dressed like assholes.
That
possibly.
None of us laughed maniacally. That should have given it away, but it didn't.
Your whole life dealing with bad guys, you meet a bunch of other assholes. You're like, well, they don't have any bad guy.
This one's real happy.
Swagger about them.
Yeah, it was just okay. Yeah, whatever. And that's how this is. It's just you have 2 heroes, and they try to do this whole I don't know. I guess this was made up in the second Godzilla. These like alpha Titan shit where they gotta like just kill the other one until there could be only one. I think it's real Highlanders with giant fucking monsters all of a sudden.
That would be kind of sick, dude. You know what I would do for a Godzilla
they just have
movie?
Swords and just oh shit! Where'd they get the giant sword? I thought they just had like fisticuffs.
I would have this space guy who just sits on a throne all day and he's just real bored because he wants people to fight in his games. And then he just sends all his little heralds out there and they go collect monsters from all over the fucking galaxy. And he's just like, I wanna see these creatures fight for my entertainment. And then you just get all these cheap pop reveals as they start letting out cages. And then you kind of see some of the heralds, you follow a few of them. And he's like, what's that planet? He's like, it's Earth. And he was like, I heard they had a protector. And he's like, that's why we're here. And you just see the fucking scales glow on his back. And you're like, okay. And then you can, I guess you can put Godzilla in here and they can like tag team. I don't give a shit. And then you just
King
have
Kong because you just talked about Godzilla.
Oh, I'm sorry. King Kong, yes.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a problem is no one wants to talk about King Kong because like
but I would do
Peter
King
Jackson
Kong.
bored us enough to where we're like, we don't ever need to see
I would do King Kong. I would just have he would just be wearing like a skull like helmet of the last bigger thing he just killed. You know what I mean? He would just be all like armored out because I'd be like, well, you've never seen him like this before, and now he's fighting for his life.
And then he's War Kong.
Yeah, War Kong. That's sick as fuck.
I know, isn't it? I was just like, oh, War Kong. That's putting ass seeds.
Yeah, then like Godzilla, he's exposed to all this fucking new planet's atmosphere, so it kind of mutates him a little bit, but he's still super dope. But he's just like
changes his power thing. He's just like, oh, all of a sudden he has like mega
levels up. He just megas up. Yeah, dude. He's just got like a chi around him and shit, because that's sick. And they just start wrecking everything. And then the dude at the edge starts clapping. He's like, I'm so impressed that you just killed everything on this planet. We didn't have any boring scientists to fuck this up.
We didn't have any fucking drama about, I don't know, what someone was doing this one time and you had that van appear. Because for some reason, Americans love to have the shitty van appear, even though in fucking Japan it makes sense.
And then,
you know, the shitty little van.
Godzilla and then King Kong would put their fingers out like Dragon Ball and touch and just form like a Super Godzilla King Kong hybrid.
Oh, fucking Warzilla, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's right there in front of you.
And then the fucking host guy claps. He's like, finally a challenge. And then he just mutates into something real nasty and they just fucking fight and they just destroy the planet in their giant massive fight. Ultraman. Well, that's fine.
So like the planet crossover and he's just like, I've been fucking waiting. You're just like, fuck yeah.
The planet explodes.
And no one's gonna listen to us talk about this movie.
And then you just see War Kong like floating in space, and they're just like, "Damn, dude, did the planet explosion kill him?" And then his eye just gets real close to the camera, and then it opens, and you're like, "Oh shit!" And then you see where he's floating, and then you see like Unicron in the background. He's just floating to the Unicron, starts to transform, and then War Kong just lets out a giant growl and his tail morphine, and they just credits.
You mean Warzilla?
Warzilla. Kongzilla.
You were gonna fuck up Godzilla and King Kong this whole time, aren't you?
Yeah, they look the same to me.
I got fucking kaiju blindness. Don't judge me.
I was real confused the whole time.
Which one's the Mothra? Which one?
The Mothra.
Is the Mothra right here?
Mothra's my favorite.
Yeah, this movie. God, like I'm real hyped for like War Kong versus Spacezilla. And then the merging of Warzilla versus Ultraman. That'd be really sick, actually.
It's called fan fiction, and then it usually ends with someone in their underwear. Then it's on it's on the 4chan.
He's just like, "Thanks for listening to my script." They're just like, "Put pants on, you fuck, asshole." Yeah. Why'd you record yourself like this? Yeah.
So this starts off. We're in the jungles.
No, this starts off with.
Yeah.
Does it start there first?
Yeah, we're in the jungle.
Yeah, because we get the horrible newspaper credit thing.
So here's the thing.
You're right.
Yeah, it's like a montage of just kind of catching up everybody of like, hey, there's these big monsters out there. They like to smash them.
It's Kong first.
And it's like a romantic comedy opening with Kong waking up, scratching his nuts. And I was thinking,
totally, because it's like playing a song about a girl up high and shit. And I was like, Jesus. Who's getting this reference?
He's taking a shower in a waterfall, and then I was like, man, he's gonna wake up and scratch his nuts, isn't he? And then he did it. I was like, oh no, movie.
Well, he scratched his butt.
I know, but I said but, and then he did it, and the first 5 seconds, and that was the first thing, and I was like, dude, we're off to a really bad start if I'm calling horse shit. You just dove right into the horse shit.
Yeah.
So he's like brushing his teeth and shit because, he's a fucking monkey. I'm calling him a monkey because the other girl in the movie called her a monkey, and she is the bad guy, I assume, because she used the monkey word. So Kong just does his morning routine, and then you see this little I don't know, island girl that was separated from her parents from another movie I didn't watch.
I don't know. I don't think that happened in any of the movies.
Well, it happened in somebody's exposition dump.
Yeah, it's in the exposition. Yeah,
and I look at her, and I was like, oh, she's gonna be deaf because Kong's walking walking towards her, and the base of his steps.
Well, the audio changed completely, and I was just like,
yeah, so that cues you in on it. But he gets so close to her. I'm like, how come she's not shaking from the vibration of this creature? Like, this thing's like a moving mountain, and he's stomping, and she's just standing there chilling. And then she holds up some knockoff merchandise for him. He's like,
she's
hey,
like, you think WB will approve? He's just like, no, that's not gonna make it past legal.
Did you dig that out of one of my poops? Because that's awful.
Is that Kong poo? Did you make Kong at a Kong poo? Don't disrespect the king.
This is Skull Island all over again.
He's like, oh, Loki was in that movie.
Kong looks at the girl. I look at the girl. The girl looks at Kong. Kong
She's
looks at
like,
me.
look, opposable arms. He's just like, fuck, man. Seriously, opposable fucking arms?
$34.99. Let's do it.
The fucking articulation is shit.
I'll sign every box. And they look at each other, and then we get it's just really the Truman Show. And there's everybody's like, cut, get the little girl out of the shot.
Yeah, no. Well, he pulls a tree up, makes a spear, and I guess maybe, just maybe, if I was just like kind of like, this is my first movie like I ever saw, I'd be like, oh God, he's gonna throw that giant spear through that tiny little girl.
I thought he was gonna
like the movie was kind of. No, man. Like, what else was there for him to have a spear?
It was horrible attempt at tension of we know he's on the movie poster. The first thing he does is scratch his nuts and kill a little girl. Exactly. That's a bad guy.
So why are they trying to I'm looking at this from this is my first movie / kaiju movie ever. Why would they have that scene in there? And then he spears it through the fucking dome, and then you find out.
No, guys, literally, guys, there's a dome. He throws it at the sun, and it chips the sun because he's in a
silver dome.
He doesn't. He's in the silver dome.
He's like, it's nice to be here again.
He didn't throw the tree to the little girl's dome. I know Dustin just glossed over because he thinks everyone's seen it. They wanted to hear us talk about it.
I was trying to go somewhere with it, but per usual, you were like, he fucked it up before he finishes his sentence, so let me just tip tap in here.
I just wanted to make sure there was no confusion.
Even though I created by not letting him finish, but fine. Yes, he throws it. They're in a dome. There's some shady weather outside. I was just like, what the fuck? Yeah, he might hear the, I don't know, giant rainstorm outside and be like, hey, I think I'm in a false environment. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, he probably heard all the luau's because they're south of Hawaii. And I was like, this island was hidden? Or wait, was that Skull Island? Who didn't find this island?
They're like, they found it, Kevin. They built
we have satellites
facility on it. Yeah, they found it. But they built a facility. People live there all day studying this guy.
But
getting paid to do that. Sounds boring as fuck.
Yeah, and then here's another part that's just beyond fucking stupid. So the main doctor, I forget her name.
Doesn't matter. No
Rebecca Hall. Her name's Eileen Andrews.
Boring.
So she's the monkey whisperer, right?
Doctor, I will be used by evil corporations.
And I assume the little deaf girl is her pseudo adoptee daughter, and
looks after her all right.
Does
sometimes.
She? We're gonna go on dangerous fishes, baby. Sir. Let's go.
Who? It's all right, Kevin. I'm just gonna jump ahead a little bit.
No, I got some more beef right here.
No, I got beef too with her. Okay?
You can't jump ahead on the beef, dude. Get in the fucking beef line.
No, I'm jumping ahead on the beef. I'm going to jump ahead on the story for a minute here.
Yeah, I know.
Does someone who has a giant control room with a billion cameras studying this fucking creature not know that he knows sign language? How?
Yeah, man, I was going to bring up the same fucking beef.
Hey, is that fucking giant monkey learning sign language? You know what? That's really a tomorrow problem.
If you're the fucking goat and you're the goddamn monkey whisperer, why don't you go, hey, we got him clocked around 24 hours a day. The little deaf girl, she's speaks to him about 18 hours of the day. He's learned. Dude, even the monkey in Project X knew fucking Apple and to fly a jet. This motherfucker's swinging through the fucking vines, building a spear, knows he's at a door. He's so conscious. He knows what home is. He knows he's in a fucking goddamn Truman Show. And then the doctor, I'm like, well, you have this this creature that nothing. This creature that could snap at any moment, but you have this little girl here. He could just crush it. Oh, Kong won't hurt her. Will he? I don't know.
Kong loves her. Because he kind of fucking killed her parents. He feels real bad about it.
Does he?
But he's a dumb monkey. He'll kill a lot of people later on in this movie.
Don't use the M word. He's a gorilla.
God, he's a dumb mountain ape.
Whoa. That's too specific.
All right, jungle creature. I don't know. Fucking... He's an asshole.
And the camera setup on the little platform, there's like 2 iPhones on a fucking...
Oh, yeah, that thing. I was like, what is this doing? Why do you even have this?
Why is this platform? Is this the interview section? We turn to the camera and just do a thumbs up?
Look at the Kong. He's angry that he's on the Truman Show. So, it's another movie inside this movie.
I just didn't get it. I was just like, what the fuck is this for?
It was pointless because, again, like Kong of Skull Island, I haven't seen the movie, but I know when it takes place, and it takes place as more of like they were attempting to yet again do part of what Peter Jackson did and just focus on when they go to the initial island. So, you know, just basically minus the skyscraper and all that bullshit.
Bro, I could have been...
So it's a period piece, though. There's no fucking dome in that. So I'm like, why the fuck? Like, why are you doing that? Why do you expect me to understand this part of this movie as your opening? Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Honestly, if I see Godzilla in the title of your fucking movie, I better see fucking Godzilla first, okay? You don't put your top billed guy second. You put him first. I don't give a fuck about King Kong. I don't. I never did, never will.
I only know one friend that cares about monkeys doing shit they ain't supposed to do. So anyway, Gia's like, hey, I taught the big ass super ape how to fucking say apple, and the doctor Andrews is like, what? You should have my job, little girl.
Yeah, so that's later in the movie.
Then we go to
then we do the credits, man.
Yeah,
you gotta talk about that. No, we need to talk about the credits, because the credits, I was just like,
the credits are just a fucking tournament bracket.
Exactly, the tournament bracket, and then Kong's only defeated like 2 people. Like, the East is weak, Kevin. Fucking Godzilla's over here in the West is fucking.
All the money's in the West.
Yeah, he's just like, fucking, I am getting the fucking championship. I'm getting the rigs. Fuck you, King Kong. King Kong's just like, I beat a couple of jabronis, like. Maybe
had a couple of forfeits.
I was just like, you couldn't, like, I don't know, make some shit up. Like, King Kong literally was like getting filled with fucking X's of dead. Ghosted that motherfucker. Cream, getting the money. Cream, getting the money. Done. I was just like, what the fuck, man? Why am I even seeing King Kong in this movie? Maybe you should have done an extra one before we got here.
I would have, like. They should have just been like, hey, Godzilla should be like, hey, I need a favor. And he just calls King Kong.
But that's what I don't get, because it's like,
listen, Dustin,
hey, I already knew where this movie is going and stuff. I knew they were going to try to make Kong, like, come out top billing. And I hate that, because I don't like King Kong, and I don't think he should get top billing.
This movie's not for you, then.
I know, but it just, I knew that going in, Kevin. I knew that going in. I knew that when they did all of these movies that America touches, they're not for me. But it's just like, it's so infuriating where I was like, why are you making, like, you want me to believe that Godzilla's going to, like, take an L to this fucking ape? Like, no, that's stupid.
Godzilla is just here in name alone. It's the Monkeys movie, so
100% his movie. And that's why it sucks mostly, because of just that fact alone.
I could relate to Kong. I just don't understand this lizard.
Yeah.
So I'll go play Rampage and get the wolf. Oh, they made that a movie too? Wonk, wonk. I saw it. I was on a plane. Don't get upset at me. I was trapped by my own boredom.
And they were training a giant ape as well. So
I know, dude. Everyone loves apes in movies.
In sign language. It was like,
thanks, Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, well, we saw how that turned out.
Thanks,
That's a franchise.
Thanks, Whataburger.
He's just like, just do my part.
So we go over to Bernie Hayes. He's an employee of Apex Cybernetics, which is in Florida, which literally looks like a futuristic super base. I've never seen it. It's in the wrong fucking movie.
It's in the wrong movie. It's in the wrong state. First of all, like
no one's in the wrong everything.
Florida.
So I see this
mega CG.
It looks like Final Fantasy VII when you first get to the city in the very first 5 minutes. There's just shit everywhere.
Fucking city. Everything's dead underneath it.
And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
And he just walks on in.
He works there. He's a sub-level engineer. He's been undercover for 5 years.
And this is that same factory that has all the Godzilla stuff from all the unexpected attacks when he's just like. So in Godzilla, he's kind of MIA, but when he shows up, he wrecks shit, and then he just takes a dump and bounces. And this company's like, "Oh shit, we gotta get his dump.
We gotta pick up the Godzilla poopies." He's a big deucer, that guy.
And Bernie, he just basically, I just want to get this part over with.
Podcast.
So he's a truther. He's a Godzilla truther. He's a Titan kaiju truther.
Yeah.
And, they're all covering it up, yada, yada, yada. But he gets into this billion-dollar company. And I'm going to tell you something really quick, Dustin. I think the security clearance and levels this guy would have to go through to get even to apply to this thing, the application process, the interview process. You wouldn't think they know about his dime store fucking podcast as a fucking kaiju truther.
Yeah, I mean, a little girl could figure out he buys bleach from Chinatown.
But this
bathes in it, which I was like,
this billion-dollar company is just like, hey man, it looks like you got you're a real weird nosy guy.
I mean, we've built the boring tunnel from fucking Florida to Hong Kong, but like, nah, we couldn't crack this guy's, self-hosted podcast online.
Basically, we're not hiring you. And I've heard enough shitty podcasts in my lifetime to know it's this one, guys. This is the one.
Oh, you've been on enough. Got it. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't talking about Bernie anymore. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So Bernie gives us he's really just there to be exposition of there's some cover up going about Godzilla, like some smear campaign against Godzilla. He's not Earth's hero anymore.
He's here to tell the story that the movie doesn't need to tell.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like pseudo recapping the first two shitty Godzilla movies where Godzilla just kind of, I don't know, stomps through everything, killing a bunch of people, and then is just like, no, it's cool, guys. I'm just here to fight another monster. Like, so that's cool, right? That's cool.
There's a bus that flies off a bridge in one of the movies. We spend way too long on it. That's a Godzilla movie.
Yeah. I mean, a bad one, but and so then he is doing some shtick. He gets down to some level. He's meeting some guy. The guy's just like, "Hey, Bernie,
he's trying to get
it's not your weekend. You got to get out of here."
LOL. He's trying to get access to the super critical information of what's going on in the base. That basically a flash drive being plugged in, some keys being slapped and get into. Like at my job, there's so many credentials I have to put in to get into my fucking computer, and you want to tell me this billion-dollar company's like, no, man, just walk away. That it just no lock.
And I'm sure you could just download it and put it on any computer too, Kevin. You wouldn't have to I don't know,
dude.
Run the same system,
on
have
my
the same encryption.
Yeah,
They have a tunnel from Florida to Hong Kong under the fucking ocean
that takes
that gets
about
you there in
20
like an
minutes to get
hour.
there.
Yeah, like an hour if there's a lot of heavy traffic.
But they can't figure out that Windows 97 they're running.
They're just like, no, we'll
98.
never upgrade. That was the best version. I mean, we didn't want to switch from 95, but we had to. We had to.
I mean, the security holes in that fucking thing.
I mean, it's just astronomical. So, like, we're a little bit better now. Yeah, it's just, yeah.
It's like you're pushing so hard for all this sci-fi fantasy stuff, but you're not even giving me the courtesy of just you're snatching me right out of it. And I'm just
well, yeah, because they come skyrocketing back down to just like normal world. There's nothing special outside of this facility, so it's just kind of like, what's the fucking point of this?
There should have just been a laugh track on this when he plugged it in there, just started typing. Like everybody should have been like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, and so then an alarm goes off. He thinks he's busted because everyone cares about Bernie. And he's just like, oh, it's not me. Oh, I'll just take my thumb drive and I'll just leave. And, all of a sudden Godzilla's attacking. And everyone's just like, I thought Godzilla was the protector of humanity. Why is he attacking this facility unprovoked? He only attacks when he's provoked. Gee, I wonder, movie audience.
He must be looking for something.
Yeah, could something sinister be going on here? Quite fucking possibly. Because if the unprovoked lizard is suddenly attacking, there might be something that provoked him.
Godzilla's like, I thought there was a Shoney's here. I'm just going to nuke this until I find that good Shoney's I like.
Where's the good one? No, that's a bad one. That's a bad one.
Oh, there's no Shoney's here? Oh, where am I? Is this the future?
The future sucks if there's no Shoney's.
This architecture is really strange and confusing, and I'm a big fucking... I gotta go, guys. This movie's gonna be too long if I sit here and go Shoney time. I gotta go. Check out the fucking biscuit. He just swims away.
Yeah, instead Godzilla just starts attacking. We don't really even go over to him. We see him swim and like fuck up some boats.
But Dustin...
It's real boring.
He fucks up a little bit of stuff just because he's like looking for good parking.
And this, yeah, pretty much. He's like, I'm a big lizard. Sorry.
This massive building, this massive organization, they have no plan B when the shit that they deal with is trying to find this energy from these fucking kaiju or whatever. Everyone's just scurrying around and there's just no protocol. There's no nothing. We're just running around. Let's get out of here. What happened? Godzilla's here to fuck us up. Well, what do? Get under your desk. I don't know. Nothing.
Just run to the food court. Run to the dock, everyone. Yeah, the bullshit scenes with the extras in this was just like insultingly bad. I was like, I don't need to see a bunch of extras pretend to run from anything ever.
They don't run, dude. They're guided out in a single file manner to like a bomb shelter.
Well, that was the first. Yeah, that was one part. But there's those people that were just in like the food court. They were like, all right, everyone pretend to run, and they were like, okay,
it was lunchtime. The fuck?
It was evening. I didn't even know why Bernie was clocking in.
It was dinner time. Dude, that place runs 24 hours. That was the good Shoney's. Godzilla was very close. And that's why everyone's like, dude, this is the good Shoney's. I'm not getting out of line. I don't give a fuck if a Godzilla.
Oh, God, he destroyed it. Let's go.
No, wait for it. The rebels not destroyed those potatoes I want.
So Bernie being Bernie, I guess that's the thing. I guess we know Bernie. He's just the boring character that's going to do.
He's trying to be this weird, neurotic,
conspiracy theory nut, like double agent,
almost scared out of his own shadow, but he's super cognizant and just well prepared sometimes. But then he's kind of like this bumbling goof sometimes with the kids, and I just don't really understand
all the time.
I don't understand. Like he knows sometimes what is going on and what's happening, but then he's just aloof and fucking Molly Brown JoJo is just telling him what to do and shit, and he's just like, yeah, okay. And the kid from that one movie from New Zealand,
The Wicker People.
Sure.
Yeah. How come he got to use his accent, but she didn't get to use hers?
I don't know, man, because America only knows her as 11, and they're like, don't fuck that up. She's like, I have an accent.
She's like, how about I'll use my accent? They're like, God, please don't.
They're like, that's a little cockney in there. Is that what I heard?
Oi! I'll fuck you up, you fucking bloody coat. And they're just like, all right,
yeah, kind of real guttural and scratchy.
We're gonna just go English only with her, please. Like, just not the King's English, but like the good one. so
just cut. We're using it. Whatever.
She's like, oi, fluoride, you bloody twat.
It's just like, holy shit. Are we filming the Young Ones movie here, or is this just what the fuck is this?
Anything that's not offensive? She just starts going. They're just like, all right, okay. She's out of control. Get her parents on set. Hollywood's fucking her up bad. No more cyberbullying. Stop it. She can't. No. It's fucking up our movie. But anyway, Bernie, he starts just, of course, opportunity knocks, and he starts going into places with access you usually wouldn't have. Runs into two guys that see him and are just like, hey, you're Bernie. We love your podcast. And he's just like, oh, man.
You want me to sign a copy? And they just look at each other.
You actually like it? I mean, I can't see the hits. I'm self-hosting, and the traffic says it's pretty low, mostly Russian bots. So they're like, nah, get over here. And then Godzilla's just like, don't worry, Bernie. Much like most of this movie, I'm going to conveniently take care of all problems in our storytelling. He sees some glowing red eyeball. He cannot piece together that it's a glowing red eyeball. And end of scene.
And scene. That's a wrap for Bernie, everybody.
That's a wrap for Bernie for right now. And then do we? Yeah, I think we go to that's when we meet 11. I mean, Millie. What's her name?
I just call her Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown. Yeah, Bobby. We meet Bobby Brown. She's at school. She's for some reason
she leaves it quickly.
Well, no, they have CNN on in the room. I'm just like, okay, I get it. Like, classrooms are different than when I was a child, and we have flat screen TVs in there. But do we really just stop and do a news break like this? Like, what the fuck? So
it would have been better if it was like the kids doing the news hosting.
Yeah, exactly.
For the school. Today, the Tigers are going to win the game. Go team. And by the way, Godzilla's really confused. He fucked up the good shorties at Future Town, so stay away from there.
He was unprovoked. I want to point that out. He was unprovoked.
He's still a byprotector of humanity and the Earth. And Bobby Brown, your dad's in this movie. He's here a couple times. He's always just sweating and looking for you. He's a bad dad. You're going to disappear.
He's pretty fucking pointless. We don't even know why we carried him over from the second movie. She's like, I know, like, really, seriously, right?
You're going to disappear for like Friday night lights. And yeah, we're not going to see him there. So yeah, let's go Tigers. Let's have a good game and stay safe, everybody. Lunch is now lasagna. I know it said pizza, but lasagna.
Blame Godzilla. Unprovoked, everybody. Unprovoked attack. Lasagna. She's just like, that's it. Yeah, those kids were walking so fast to class, Kevin. Like this and that, like just like we gotta fucking get there. They were throwing backpacks against fucking walls, like fucking we are so fucking late. We gotta get in there right now. There's these two girls. I couldn't stop looking at them. They were just like, like just the way.
Oh, creeper!
Backpack, like no, not like that. You fucking asshole. They were throwing their backpack like they just did not give two fucking shits where that thing landed. They were just like,
hey man, school's out.
I gotta learn. So, and then she's just like, I gotta go home, put my hair back for the rest of this fucking movie because it's fucking time to work. And then she goes sees her dad at the beach and tells him, Godzilla, he's my hero. I mean, you didn't see the second Godzilla movie because it's real bad, but like we hung out. I'm basically just like an older version of the girl that you met with the gorilla.
Yeah, Dad's like, fuck you, monkeys are what's popular now. He's gonna be top billing. And she's like, God damn it, no, he's unprovoked. And then she storms off, puts her hair back in a ponytail, and just drinks coffee and listens to a real terrible podcast.
Over and over.
And also birdies.
Yeah. And then we meet probably like just the most pointless character in this whole movie of Nathan Lind. And our evil Amazon billionaire Walter Simmons goes to pay him a visit at his community college he works at. And he's just like, hey, Nathan, do you mind if I call you Bill Sarsgaard's less talented son? I'm going to call you Bill Sarsgaard's less talented son. I read your shitty book called Hollow Earth, and I want to let you know that it's possible to get there, and I'm gonna fund you. And don't ask any questions about why I would do this. Just do this, okay? And he's like, well, I'd need to figure out how to get there. Clearly, the tunnel I found that led straight to Hollow Earth killed my brother, so that's not the way to go. So for some dumb reason, we need King Kong. And I happen to know the lady that stares at him all day while he doesn't learn sign language from her. So...
what a coinky dink.
What a coinky dink. Like, this exchange is so, like, it's so for, because he's just like, all of a sudden, this guy who's, you know, making jokes about teaching across from the flute class, which I was just like, just a whole class for the flute? That seems excessive, but hey.
Shit. That must be the state's favorite instrument.
Yeah, seriously. That's got to be a god-awful noise to teach it across.
He's like, no, I meant the porno theaters, the movie called Flesh Flute. I teach across from that. Oh.
I have fallen way harder on times than you realize. You're just like, yeah. Yeah. He's like, so you're going to sign up for the Flesh Flute class, or I'll just write your name down. He's just like, no, we're good. We're good. But yeah, so he just, the guy's just like, hey, I believe you. I have the technology. I can get you there. And he's just like, I don't know if I can get there.
So this is what I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
The brother went there and it killed him because he couldn't handle the gravitational flip.
Yeah, they weren't ready for it.
So this guy said,
gravitational flip makes sense.
I was like, take that, flat earthers. So this billion-dollar mogul apex predator guy is like, hey, I have the technology. I have these little stupid machines called something stupid, like hovers or something.
Heaves. It was like heaves or something.
Yeah, heaves.
Get in the heave. We're going, loser.
Like, so that would probably get you there. Yeah. So your brother did this incredible magical thing, and there's just no data on it. There's no other companies follow up on there. But who supported the first time, but you wrote a book that no one bought about this monumental, just earth-shattering discovery.
Yeah.
And everyone's just kind of like, yeah, man, why don't you just go live in the basement, nerd?
Yeah, with your boxes of books.
Yeah, and
that you brought down here for some reason. You couldn't keep these at your home.
Confused. And he was like,
what's confusing, Kevin, is how did he know exactly how his brother died if there's no, like, how did they get that information?
How did he know how to
brother on the mic just like, oh, the fucking gravity's reversed and now we're being crushed to death and it's fucking horrible, it's awful, and he's just like, live mic guy, it's a live mic.
Yeah, so when I go disappearing and fucking I'm dead as all shit, just say I was off of, like, fucking hot aliens girls in the butt, and you're just like, yeah, man, he
fucked so many hot alien girls in the butt before the plague got him. The plague was childbirth, but so many hot alien women.
Oh, so could we have some of those hot? Oh, I don't really know.
No, he's dead. Like, he took him with him. Like, he was just like, nah,
just for the credits.
I'm good.
And then the Apex guy throws down this machine. He's just like, hey, you know how to read this? He's like, yeah, this is the Earth's energies. I bet if we had Kong, he could sniff it out. He's like a bloodhound when it comes to the I
just don't know how he was just like, fuck it, we gotta get Kong.
How do you know Kong knows
Kong
where
to the
at?
Antarctica? I'm like, wait, so you have the machines and you have the tunnel. How are you not finding this place? Like, are you like crunched for time or something? You don't seem like you are.
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense. So I was like, so you have these machines that can navigate this. You're gonna have to try to find the gravity wells that do the flip.
Only
that these machines are made to take that gravity flip.
Yeah.
You're telling me you can't throw one of your magical futuristic devices just to map the tunnel system to be like,
Yeah.
oh, here's the big influx of gravity, and then
Yeah.
go through it and go,
Well,
I guess I didn't need a fucking monkey after all.
Kevin, I saw the tunnels. There's like two. Pretty sure they all lead down.
Well,
Don't think you're gonna like
there was
lead into
well, they
like
already had caves. They already had tunnels there
yeah,
because they had all their lights and shit. And then when it got into
exactly.
the big open areas, I guess that's where you would get turned around and confusing.
But they
But
still all lead down. It's not
here's
like
the
you're
thing,
gonna like
though.
pop back up in
No,
Australia and be like,
it
oopsie.
no, it doesn't matter though because they have their tunnels throughout the world because they're looking for this fucking thing. This dude's brother fucking figured it out, but the gravity thing killed him, right?
Yeah,
So you already have it mapped out. You already have the tunnels
exactly.
designed for your machines. You can't just go down there and continue to look for it. Like you can't pick
That's
up
what I'm
like
saying.
gravity
Why did they need to
dispersion.
follow the monkey?
You didn't need to follow the fucking monkey.
No.
So when you go through the gravity thing, you're just looking for the energy so you can build another Robo Kaiju. What the fuck? You could like
Yeah.
power the Earth for 1 billion years off of one piece, but now you just wanted to make a cyber monkey to kill a fucking or a
He's
cyber lizard to kill this monkey and maybe
he's
the other
gotta be
lizard?
the apex. His ego was so big that he was just like, I'm gonna pay someone else to fight this giant lizard.
Congratulations, you're an idiot.
I'm the worst villain ever.
And the worst, the dumbest part is, you're telling me you didn't know about King Kong that could sniff it out, and then this dork that wrote a book said, "I bet you King Kong could find it." You don't have
Yeah,
access
it's
to
like
King Kong. You don't
you
use your
used
billions of
because
fucking dollars to figure it out. It's just fucking stupid.
well, it doesn't make any sense because why did she so easily agree? Like, does she have any power or any say? She's not funding that King Kong thing. Clearly, money from someone else is funding that. So it's not like she has any fucking say. He could have just bought the organization, be like, hey, guess what? I'm moving the fucking Kong over here. We're doing it. Eat my shit, you know? Like, I'll
It,
sedate the fuck out
it
of why
makes
did the
no
billionaire
sense
guy
whatsoever.
yeah, why'd the billionaire guy need the other guy at all? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because this is a Hollywood version of a Godzilla and King Kong movie where we overinflate the importance of people in this storytelling. They are irrelevant to this fucking story. I'm not here for them. I don't care about any of them. They could all fucking die and I'd be happier for
What you
it.
could have done, you could have just went to the college. If this guy knew a nugget of information, like, oh no, only Kong can see it. Okay, only Kong can see the true pathways, whatever, because he can smell the pheromones or something, right? Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
You can
It,
smell
it,
the pixie dust. Third star on the right.
so they could have, Apex guy could have went there with the fucking Mecha Godzilla pilot and just been like, hey, we need to get clarification. We we've been scouring everything, and only we know what happened to your brother. And he's like, he never came back. Yeah, the gravity wells tore him apart. Believe us, we've seen it. And they're like, no, tell me more. He's like, no, asshole, you're gonna tell me.
Oh, you mean fix his character motivation and actually
Yeah,
give him a
well,
reason to
how
participate
do
in
we
the fucking
navigate
movie?
this? And then he's gonna
Yeah.
be like, I'm not gonna tell you. It took my brother's life. And then the fucking mecha pilot could went over to him and start fucking choking him and like, listen, bitch, I snap your neck. You can say
Yeah.
your fucking brother right now. Oh, guess what? We're the bad guys. So the
Yeah,
movie
do
can
something
go,
evil
okay.
instead of just be like, well, we raised some shittier monsters and then we made a robo monster. Like, we really honestly didn't even do anything that evil. It's just Godzilla didn't really like what we were doing and started nosing around
Well,
because
because
he's
in
a
all
dick.
honesty, if it was the real world and there's Godzillas and there's King Kongs and shit, I think there would be a big, huge push to have protection from those things just in case
Oh,
they got
for
them
sure.
because they're fucking we can't control them. So there'd be like 5 Mecha Godzillas ready to go or 5 Cyber Kongs and shit just ready to bang.
Yeah.
Like I could totally see that happening. If this guy's like, I need these energy sources to run them because we can only keep Mecha Godzilla at 40%. And you're like, all right, so this is the energy source. Like Kong doesn't run off that. What dude get I get it. You're just whatever.
Pulling
I think
shit
there would
out of
be
fucking thin air.
yeah, 40%, and now we need Kong. Go, you know where it's at. Just go get it. It wasn't like Kong had a magic fart. He fucking hit on the door and he's like, oh, you got to
Yeah,
fart on it
Kong
twice.
literally just like ran, swung a little bit, fell, slid down a mountain, and it was just like, I guess I'm home.
He almost
That
like
was it.
lucked
It was just like,
into it. Because
yeah, that's all Kong does in this movie. Is just kind of like fall, fart, and like pick up things that don't belong to him.
So whatever. And then the fucking dude, he's like, "Oh, I know the chick that babysits Kong. Hi, oh, the convenient." So he goes there and he's like, "Hey, Andrews," and she's like, "Hey, dude in the basement." He's like, "I got a big ask for you. I just came out of this whole torrential downpour and my slicker is completely dry, but whatever, movie magic." And she's like, I get it. There's a lot of clearance that's needed here. You just kind of walked in. He's like, "Yeah, movie magic. Is this the little deaf girl?" And she's like, "Yeah, she has a name. It's called Kia, like the car you drive." And he's like, "I thought it was Gia." She's like, "Movie magic." And then they dialogue about it. He's like, "I want to take your big monkey. I don't want to put him in the land before time in the center of the earth so we can get this power to do what? To send him home." But he is home.
Just try to make a scientific discovery.
I'm just trying
This is like where he was born and lives.
I'm trying to like coattail off my brother's discovery because I want to bring his death some closure. So I need to go down there and really see how he died.
No, it doesn't.
No, that's too much character motivation. He's like, "Oh, okay, well,
I just need to hurry up and get this movie moving."
I'm already in the movie, so what do you want to do? And she's like, "I don't know. Let's just bring Kia and we'll just go because she's my daughter. She should go on these dangerous missions to the center of the earth." Kia, ask the monkey if it's all good. Monkey, all good.
Monkey's like, "Hang 10, motherfuckers. Let's go."
He's like, "Remember the monkey from CNC Music Factory?" Monkey's like, "Yeah, I guess. I was gonna say surfing sport, but whatever. I'm that one." He puts sunglasses on. He starts surfing. I'm like, "All right, this is a Kong movie I can get behind."
I knew building him that fucking indoor wave machine was worth it. Like, fucking look at him. He is ripping some shit.
So worth
Just
it.
Wait until he hits the open waves.
I mean,
he is gonna drown.
He's carving pretty hard out there, and I'm pretty sure he knows
very sharp.
He told me to fucking eat shit 5 times in sign language. I'm pretty sure he knows it.
I don't know what a crispy wave is, but he's hitting all of them. All of them. Constantly.
You mean crunchy waves?
Crispy, crunchy, whatever.
Big difference.
I mean, he's a fucking gorilla. He might get it wrong, Kevin. Maybe they're just like, don't correct him. He'll fucking pout all day.
Or kill you.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't make any sense because it's like the movie's kind of it's introducing a billionaire bad guy. And so especially right now, everyone goes, "Ooh, boo, billionaires." And so it leaves us to do the rest of the work.
I think everyone's always done that. I don't. Well, yeah,
but I mean, like more so right now is what I'm saying. It's playing off of like heightened awareness to it, especially right now, in which the movie's playing off of it.
I won't even give it that. I think it's just it's an easy bad guy to have. It's a Maxwell Lord,
but it's not doing any the work to make him a bad guy. Is what I'm trying to say, Kevin. If you let me just fucking finish. So it's making him. He just shows up and he kind of just slow pitches this fucking guy an idea and lets the guy do the rest of it. So now all of a sudden it's like, it's trying to connect all these things of like, well, I mean, obviously they're dangling fame in front of this man and that's why he's going to go use his friend connection. They had to know that he was friends with the monkey girl because otherwise they wouldn't even have gone to him. But the movie doesn't actually establish any of that. All he does is say, "Hey man, let's fucking ride or die to the fucking Hollow Earth."
He read his book that he only sold 10 copies of.
And the book wasn't like, Kong is a necessary component for this success of this mission or anything.
Well, no, I totally get it. Like, that's the stupid problem with this movie. If that guy would have been so obsessed that his book didn't make it, he lost his brother, he's just desperately grasping for something to give him some sort of self-worth, right? Instead of
notoriety or just anything. Just so he can go, "Ha, world, I was right.
I'm somebody."
Yeah.
And the bad guy, the billionaire guy, can play upon that because he's like, "Well, we're kind of iffy on a couple of these pieces. We really don't need him, but we kind of just need to make sure. Let's go ahead and manipulate him. We'll send him down there. I'll go ahead and send my daughter. What? Just send him. That's what I thought he went to go get him for because he didn't want to be like, listen, I don't want to risk any of our shit. We've lost a couple of expeditions down there. It's a little too dangerous. Let's send the dumb fucking monkey and Kong. Get it? I made fun of that guy. So and then that's what I thought, that they were trying to outsmart the situation. And then they're just like, "Here's my daughter." I was like, wow, you sent the bad guy's daughters there and she says 5 lines the whole movie and they're all unbearable.
Yeah, they're the worst lines. It's like someone didn't even like ever meet a woman. It was just like, this is how they talk.
And then they're like, "Hey, let's get a bunch of aircraft carriers and go the slowest way we can to the Arctic.
Yeah, seriously.
Let's lay Kong on this fucking USS Flag bridge.
Even dumber though, Kevin, about the bad guy, just for a moment before we move on, is that they don't establish, like, you know, his company's called Apex, so we're supposed to, you know, I guess be like, well, he's the Apex Predator, not Apex Legends, even though that's real hot right now with the kids. And like we piece together that he wants to be the alpha on the planet, and we're given this in like his last 2 seconds alive in the movie, and I was just like, what? You could have done and should have done so much more to make me believe or care about that. Like, he should have been driving the fucking mech then at that point, if that's what he cares about.
He doesn't do anything really bad.
That's what I'm saying. He just kind of offends Godzilla. Like, he kind of just, like, white glove smacks him. He's just like, you're a rude lizard. And then Godzilla's like, that's it. I'm fucking running roughshod on everything you got, buddy. I'm keying your car. I'm fucking dating your daughter, never calling her back again. Maybe even knocking her up. I don't know. And he's just like, oh, you motherfucker.
What a Philistine.
I will sully your good name in the media.
That's the thing, dude. We don't have enough time for all this bullshit. Either we do all of this. We
waste it on a bunch of other dumb shit.
Or this movie's 3 hours. And I totally agree. The birdie angle, he could have just been something
not in the movie.
He could have just been a voice that they tune into to kind of just do plot beats, right? To kind of keep you on track as the movie. We didn't need to have him running around with the fucking Adventures of Babysitting and shit. Superior movie. And we didn't need that. We didn't need the fucking Bobby Brown. We didn't need a friend. We didn't need the father. We just kind of needed this three-way dance of these scientists.
Dick in this movie.
Yeah, he's there for a cup of coffee, literally. We needed the monsters, the kaiju. We needed the billionaire that wants to be more, powerful than they are.
And that's it. That's all you really need.
The scientist to try to move the pieces, right? That's kind of it.
And I mean, I just kind of need.
You need There's nobody to relate to, then, dude. Like, you need that human factor.
Monster movie, Kevin.
I know
I'm not here to relate to
bro,
shit.
I already pitched you my monster movie, and it was fucking incredible. I'm trying to pitch you a Hollywood version of this, and that's what Hollywood always wants. They want their over.
But that's the thing is, I could still save this movie with just having those three groups of characters, eliminating the scientists. Okay, Kong, he's being sedated. He's kept on the island. All right, there. Okay, that's why he hasn't been involved in all these other Godzilla movies. All right, then you have Godzilla. He shows up. It feels like an unprovoked attack, and then the rest of the movie is actually following the billionaire. We get some of his backstory that Kong is responsible for, I don't know, getting his daughter killed or whatever because she was obsessed with studying him. And so you get a little bit of flashbacks. And so then he cuts the sedation on Kong. He's like, I'm bringing the fucking ape out. He's going to fucking fuck shit up. Godzilla, he's intentionally provoking. Why? Because his son was obsessed with Godzilla and got killed studying Godzilla. So now he's just like, I'm here to fucking take both of these assholes out.
Well, then he's not a bad guy, bro. You're baby-facing him.
Exactly, but he's doing evil shit to get there. He's losing his humanity on the way, Kevin, which is relatable. You kind of do want him to win, but then when you see him in the Mecha Godzilla suit, fucking killing people too, and not giving a fuck and fighting both these monsters, and you're just like, dude, you've lost it. And that's when he comes out of
the monster.
Yeah, exactly. Then he sees a father with a daughter and a son on the street, and he's just like, oh God, I did this. I've become the monster I fucking fought. And then he's just like, oh, I'm gonna self-detonate and take both these fuckers with me. Boom, he does it, and then they wake up all in space. So there you go. There's your human connection. There's your relatability because monsters stomp.
You know what? It's okay. Listen, it's fine. It's better than what we watched.
Exactly. I'm just trying to my really fast pitch.
What you really need to do, you need to humanize something. The dad needs to. Hold on. Listen,
it sucks.
Listen, I'll give you your fucking three-way dance bullshit, but you gotta the dad goes too far, and you can't have a dad, and you can't have the family all dead. You need to have the daughter there that pulls them off the ledge, and then she ends up fucking in the suit to keep him out of there or something. You need a human going rah rah to the monsters, so the audience.
Middle child. It's the middle child.
Whatever. Yeah, it could be the fucking butler for all I care. But you need that connection so he can look down. He's like, "Oh, I've gone too far." She's like, "Father, you went too far." And then the monkey punches him in the dick, and the lizard fucking stabs him in the butt. That's it. That's.
He's just like, ooh.
Because you got to remember, this is still a Hollywood movie. They'd love to have that shit. Remember the fucking terrible kaiju movie where they takes 5 of them to run it, and they just run on a fucking elliptical.
You mean Pacific Rim?
Yeah, Pacific Rim job. You need that. They love their human element. They love the girl.
I know they do, but it's like they
children
fuck it up so bad.
It's like because it sucks.
The human element in this is garbage. Like I could not begin to care about any of these characters.
You shouldn't, because they're all terrible.
We're never gonna finish this movie because we're just gonna keep pitching better ones.
Oh, we can do it quickly.
In the ocean.
But we're playing Battleship.
Yeah, they're playing, but Kong is on a boat. He's somewhat sedated,
lazy
but he's
bitch
not
is sleeping. He read the script. He's like, "Woo, this is boring.
I'm gonna try to coast to the next 30. Don't mind me."
You know what, guys? I'm just gonna roll this thing up and put it behind my head and grab a couple of Kongsies.
I was like, where did they find this boat?
Dustin, where do they find the shackles? You can find the boat. The boat exists. The shackles for Kong. I was like, where do they made those?
They had those on the ready, man. What do you think that everyone is employed to do on that island?
What is he eating? Why don't they just feed him a giant crates of bananas and just sedate the bananas?
Yellow-finned tuna, because they couldn't afford bluefin.
It would be so funny if like 5 scientists in hazmat suits just came out of his asshole and they were like, "Hey man, we just shot him up with a budget of Sleepy Time tea shit, so he should be conking out."
Do you know why we had to give him a suppository? Why couldn't we just give the monkey something oral? Why did we have to go in there?
And then a wave just takes the guys off the boat.
They're like,
he's just out of the movie.
Yeah. How come everyone was on the fucking just like the deck of that ship? Like,
Justin, hold on,
no worry of falling in the ocean at all. I was like, I would be scared out of my fucking mind. That monkey fucking farts and the wind just pushes me over. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, you're not cut out for Operation Move Kong somewhere else.
Operation Gusty Wind.
So we have all these really smart people. Apparently the girl's the only one that could tell the monkey, "Hey dude, where's Monkey Land?" And no one else knows sign language on the planet. We didn't bring up any backup
they
or
don't know that Kong speaks sign language yet, remember?
But we do know that Kia just loves the fucking monkey.
Jaya.
And only she can speak sign language. So come on, let's be smart. And then the mom's like, "Yeah, adoptive daughter, kind of. You can roll with every dangerous mission for me." And I was like, well, guys, question here. What if someone sinks the boat the monkey's on? Water is the great equalizer. This monkey gonna get tired and he gonna drown.
Also, Godzilla swims like a fucking Olympic champion.
Godzilla was like a goddamn dolphin in the water.
Yeah, no, even dolphins are just like, shit, man. That guy's got
slow it down, show off.
They're just like, come on, like save some fucking ocean for the rest of us, dude.
He looks like that swimmer that loves weed. And the dolphin's like, "Bro, shut up. Like, who cares?"
He's like, come on,
that was like a million years ago. We haven't had an Olympic since.
Yeah, and like also maybe, I don't know, just trying to get by. Like, trying to get high.
He's like, "Whatever, man. Sob story." And I'm like, well, if this boat sinks, I think the scientists are dead. The little girl that could communicate's dead. The monkey's dead. We're never going to make it to Kong. Why didn't we put these in? Why didn't we use a helicopter? Why didn't we use a $1 billion fucking tunnel tube? Why didn't we do anything but put it on a slow fucking boat?
Like how long was their journey? Like, you don't just like put shit on a boat and it's there in a couple of days. Like, no, you're going from
they're like
Hawaii to the Antarctica or some shit, or the North. They were like, we're going to see Santa Claus in the North Pole. And I was like, what?
And if you want to check out Santa Claus, you can check out our review, Santa Claus 3, with I'm Not a Cokehead, Tib Allen. It's a couple episodes back if you're so inclined, feeling festive.
as part of our Jack Frost fucking holiday season of movies. But yeah, I didn't understand the boat thing either, other than someone was like, "How about they fight on top of boats later on?" So, but we're not there yet, because this is where the bad guy's daughter lands, and she's the only one that has any sort of bad guy swagger to her. She gets off. She's just staring at Kong. Kong does not appreciate her attitude or her gusto. And he's just like, hey, fuck off with your fucking helicopter, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, no one's amazed that they see like this fucking 100,000 story monkey sleeping on a boat. Everyone's just like, it's just Tuesday.
Yeah, and everyone's real comfortable with the idea of like that if he tries to move to get comfortable and that whole boat just like capsizes, that everything's okay. Like, yeah. No. Last place I want to be is on that fucking boat. I mean, I don't want to be on any of these fucking boats. And I really don't understand why they didn't just do the helicopter thing that they do later on first, but whatever.
Yeah, there's like an armada with them, like just kind of running defense. It's almost like...
she's just like, stay out of Godzilla's waters. I was like, I think all of the water is Godzilla's.
Well, Godzilla's like gotta like don't fuck me over zone. So like you come over here in my fucking neighborhood, you get your shit kicked in.
That didn't matter.
I didn't know he had
really that. Godzilla's motivation in this movie does not matter. He just does whatever. So they try to explain it, but it doesn't work. So yeah, the bad guy lands. She starts spouting off all this shit, and she's like, "Feel free to be impressed." And he's just like, "Okay."
Yeah, it's real bad.
My brother died.
She says just these real like just trying to be an asshole lines, but nobody sells it, and she just kind of seems like
they don't have time to. She's just on to the next one. Like.
They're all just a bad one-liners. Like I said, she has like 20 lines in the whole movie, and they all suck.
Yeah. And then after that, that's when we go back to Bobby Brown, and she's quitting school. Her friend shows up.
As she should.
Yeah. Her friend shows up with the van that's in every Godzilla movie from Japan, and they were like, cute. Only true fans will get this. I was like, no one gives a fuck about that van. That van fucking means we're about to drive around and be boring. That's what that van means. All right? That's a filler van. And they were like, well, how'd you know? We're about to do some filler. So her and the friend go, and she's like, listen to this podcast. And the friend's like, listen, we've been listening to this shitty guy talk for way too long. Can we just turn it off? Apparently Chinatown's really far away from them, and that's where they're on their way. She's just like, we got to find out where he buys his Chinese bleach. Why, Kevin? Why does it have to be Chinese bleach?
I don't know, man.
Why does it have to be Hong Kong? I do know why. It's because it's legendary, and they get a lot of money from China, and they have to make sure this movie gets released in China. They want the Chinese money. That's 100% why it's in here, because you don't go to Japan in a Godzilla movie? Like, what the fuck? We have our final battle in Hong Kong and we destroy it? Possibly because that's exactly what the Republic of China wants right now, is for Hong Kong to be destroyed. You want democracy? We destroy you in Godzilla versus Kong. And we'll do it again. So she's off to Chinatown. They've tracked down every person that sells bleach until they find another not very funny comedian selling Chinese bleach.
That was somebody I was supposed to know?
Yeah, he's from like the Daily Show and stuff. He's been on some other shit. But she's just like, tell me what I want to know. And then her friend's just like, what if I buy $10 worth of candy? And he's just like, oh, you mean Bernie? Yeah, no, I know Bernie. I can tell you where Bernie lives for $10 worth of candy. I was just like, what the fuck? $10? Wow, Bernie, he got sold out quick, man. Fucking $10 of candy. So then they go to Bernie's. It's stupid. He's just like, Bernie's not here. They're like, are you doing a racist Asian voice? And he's just like, please don't call me out on that in 2021. But yeah, totally. And they're just like, let us in. We know you do the podcast, you dumb fuck. And he's like, fuck, okay. But let's not meet in my very secure apartment. Let's go to a restaurant and talk in the open. And that's what they do. And then...
Well, yeah, man, they have to talk about this super secret company and his super secret.
Well, before that, she's got to pass like the crazy dumbass test of like tap water or bottled water. And she's like, bottled water. Because they put fluoride in, and that's what the Nazis do. Make you docile. And then the fat friend is just, they're like, they call him tap water from there on out because he drinks tap water. And I was like, it's 2021. No one's drinking fucking tap water. Okay?
Yeah,
Like,
everybody is.
fucking no one's drinking tap water. They're filtering it if they are. No one's just like, yeah, hit me up with the tap. No one can. No one. And then they're just like, all right, let's go break into the facility. So then they go break into the facility, which is not being guarded at all because Godzilla attacked. We're not going to guard our assets. Just come in, strip away everything, take everything.
Oh, yeah, it says you just walk right in. Who cares?
Yeah, even the first movie had fucking guards all around the last place that Godzilla attacked someone. But no, here we're just like, fucking just go on down. Have some fun. They go down to sub-basement level 33. No key card needed. Like, just real fucking loose butthole security in this fucking place. They get down there. They find some fucking pod things. I was like, is that the pod thing that's being shipped to Antarctica? Or is this a different pod thing?
Oh, this is a different movie, fucker.
Yeah, they go in. They find some fucking baby kaijus being shipped in there, and then they get locked inside because no one's checking the cargo bay. They're like, no, I put baby kaijus in there. We're never checking that again.
Baby kaijus, and you're telling me they don't have any monitoring systems, like temperature, health, life cycle of the kaijus? Change. They don't have any sensors going off. Oh, there's some debris in there. There's something like what? Like, it goes from like there's these sci-fi elements to just whatever elements. Just the story's just
what's
fucking haphazard bullshit. I don't know, man. It becomes so draining to like even entertain the idea of what they're doing. Where you want to just be like, all right, let's just tough this out.
Yeah, I just accepted it and moved on. I was just like, let me know when this scene's over, movie, because I get it and I don't care. So then they get shipped. They're just locked in and they're shipped. They don't know where they're going. Seems like Hong Kong, since we were already told they were shipping stuff to Hong Kong. But they're just like, oh, where will we end up? I was like, probably Hong Kong. Just gonna say, I'm gonna put that out there. And then so we go back to Kong. Kong's freaking out in the water, or he's freaking out. He's lonely. The little girl goes out in the rain, and then that's when Kong reveals that he knows sign language and he wants to go home.
He's just like, please get me the fuck out of this movie.
Yeah, he's like, I just real tired of being here. Just it's a great cast you put together here. I mean, not really, but
Kong, you want to go back to Pensacola, Florida? He's like, oh, I didn't say go back to hell. I said, fuck it, I'll take it.
Anything's better than where I'm at right now on this boat in the middle of the ocean,
talking to you in the rain.
Yeah. So the next day, they're just like amazed. They're just like, fucking discovery of the century. Kong can communicate. This is a game changer. Kong's eating some fucking fish, just handsfuls of it. He lets out, as the subtitle said, a satisfied sigh. And I was like, fuck you, movie. And then they're just like, brr, brr, fucking Godzilla. Oh, sorry, the little girl touches the side of the boat and is just like, Godzilla approaches. And then the alarms go off. And everyone else is like, we might have a Godzilla problem. But we're going to wait till this little girl makes it all the way up to the bridge to confirm it for us.
Thanks, little Jean Grey. Whatever he is. What's her gimmick?
She can, I don't know.
She always looks
vibrate. She's
borderline homeless.
Yeah.
Can we
get her they're just like, all right, Godzilla, unprovoked, I guess, again, is over here. He's real pissed off. And Dr. Scientist lady is just like, Kong bows to no giant lizard. One of them will die.
I was like, you should have said that to the camera. I would have been like, all right.
Instead, she was like signing it to the little girl. Kong bows to no. And she's just like, hey, pay attention. You getting this? I need you to tell him that. Fucking whatever. That's why your parents are dead. And so they're like, shit.
Godzilla starts tearing apart this armada, just swimming through them like they're paper boats.
And literally, he just swims through one, and they're just
I was like, great,
fucking we're all dead.
Cool. Like I don't know why you guys were there just to have. You know what I actually thought, especially in this scene. I just thought of all the computers, all the computer graphic artists that had to render and just animate this, and just the different special effects teams that got hired. I just pictured a person just laying the boat down out in the water, having it render, just looking at it, and just, man, this sucks. Just
Did I just make a gorilla fight a giant dinosaur lizard on water?
It's not even that. It's just more of like how it's all dark and it doesn't really stand out well, and just
it's horrible.
It doesn't really look good when they.
It's like a bunch of muted like grays and blues where you're just like, I don't know, I guess their stuff is blowing up a lot.
Yeah, the color palette it's so similar in this water fight, and
it's so similar. They had to anchor a boat to Godzilla's tail and have him like shark fin it out of the water so we knew where he was, because even they were like,
no, I thought he was going to use that as a weapon or something. I didn't really kind of get what he was. Then I thought he was
tail.
No, I thought he did that purposely. So there was something else to that. So I thought he was dragging it because of the energy thing. From the reason he tore up the factory was to.
He didn't do anything with it, dude.
No, I know, but I totally understand. But I thought there was more to it. I feel like this movie's been super edited as well, where there's just
I'm sure there's probably a longer cut. They're just like, trim it down to 2. So we'll do the 2:30-minute version at Christmas time.
There's another thing this movie does is it likes to flip the camera.
Oh my God, yes! Now that you bring that up, it was so
unnecessary,
fucking annoying. Where I was just like, don't do that.
They do it like
I'm discombobulated too.
It's so amateurish. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't improve the visual or the shot. It just really has no purpose. It made me go, why the fuck do you do that every time?
Yeah, every time. It's just because it didn't help anything, especially when you have just 2 giant monsters fighting on water somehow. Anyway, and then you just like, let's flip the camera around. Yeah, so Godzilla. So Kong starts fighting with Godzilla, even though he's still shackled. Okay, the boat gets flipped over. Because, why wouldn't it?
Because you have like a billion-ton gorilla chained to the front of your boat, and you want to see when he gets, scared or something tries to kill him, he freaks out and flips the boat. Let me do this part. Let me do this really quick, because there's a part and then it pisses me off.
I mean, I'm sure there's several that pissed me off too, but okay.
So they flip it, and it's just a clusterfuck to watch. You have no idea what's going on, but Godzilla comes to he gets out of the shackles somehow. I don't even care.
No, that's the part I'm trying to cover. Like, okay, so they get capsized. I'll cover real quick and I'll kick it back to you. And then fucking Hollow Earth guy, he swims over. This is after they've called him a coward several times. He swims over and he fucking releases Kong, so that Kong can like kick Godzilla in the fucking nads real quick and then flip the boat back over, because Kong is very hyper aware that the fucking Jean Grey child is on this boat, and he's just like, no, she can't die. She's making the action figure.
She needs oxygen.
Yeah, she needs oxygen and to keep making those action figures. She's real fucking slow. She's only made like 2. So
there's a part, like I said, when they go underwater, it's just a mess, and Kong is standing on the boat. Godzilla just does a huge like breath beam, and it just shoots right up through the boat. And Kong, you remember that scene in Die Hard where he just jumps off the side of the building with the fire hose attached to him? That's totally what Kong does. Yeah. He just dies. I laughed so hard, and I was like, movie, you don't care about shit.
No, someone thought this was incredibly cool, Kevin. They thought this was awesome. I was like, when I saw Kong in the boat, I was like, oh my God, they're going to fight on the boats, aren't they? And then they did, and it was the stupidest shit I have ever seen. So then now Kong's just jumping, smashing over the destroyers. They both get on the same destroyer somehow. I was just like, how's that fucking happening? There's no way. there's no way. All of these boats are sinking instantly. So they cannot handle this at all.
Here's the thing. This movie it's a summer blockbuster popcorn movie. It's just for fun. And I totally understand it and I totally get it. It's just shit blows up. We got two big monsters fighting. Let's just all have a laugh. It's all good times. And I get that. This movie just does it so poorly, and what it presents to you is so just shit. It's really hard to get kind of just wrapped up in the fun of two classic movie monsters just banging around the fucking water, throwing boats at each other, whatever.
Well, because you're in the middle of the ocean. Like if they were like near a shoreline or something.
I think it's a cool set piece. I just think the way they did it was very poor. If there's a game for the Neo Geo, it's called King of the Monsters, and I always think of this game when I see the big kaiju. It's basically almost like this pseudo wrestling fighting game, but you have these classic knockoff monsters. Just if they would have just done something on those levels, where maybe if they didn't get submerged in the water, if like you said, if they were closer to shore, so they could maybe be like waist deep, and Godzilla's like, I'm about to drown this motherfucker, and then he's like, he flips a boat up in Kong's face and fucking blasts it with the energy so it blows up in his face, and I'm like, damn, burn his monkey hair off. I mean, that's sick.
But at one point though, Godzilla takes Kong, wraps him around his tail around him, takes him down to like this deep, deep trench.
He tried to drown him.
Yeah, he tried to drown him, but like so far down. And that's the part I have the problem with is like King Kong's completely out of his element. And so this fight was over before it began. And then they had to send down what are they? The
depth charges.
Depth charges, yes. And that somehow
Kong is getting choked the fuck out.
Yeah. And then that somehow kind of saves him. And then Kong pulls himself up on the boat, and they're just like, how do we get out of this situation? Because she's already said Kong won't bow, and Godzilla won't leave till one of them's dead. Okay, well, we're about to prove that that's all bullshit. Cut the power.
Well, they turned to Diddy Kong. They're like, Diddy Kong, what do we do? She's like, I'm deaf. I don't know what that means.
She's like, I don't know. Is that game good? Did I have my own racing game?
Very good.
And so they cut all the power. Kong's winded. He just got fucking choked underwater.
I was like, I think they just tried to drown me.
Like, that was the only part I kind of appreciated is he was just like puking up a bunch of water, like, Wah!
Like, and then funny if it washed one guy away. He's like, hey, I'm here to mop up the Kong. Whoa.
Oh, came out too soon. So, and then that's what they do. So Kong's just like winded on the boat. And then Godzilla is just like, they turned the power off. I guess I win. I guess he's dead. You know, this is the first time I've ever not confirmed the kill. So
I'm real dumb. I'm Godzilla, everyone. I'll see you later.
Like, I'm just real confused because, you know, like, I'm trying to fight this, I don't know, energy source that seems to be exactly like me. I'm trying to fight this fucking gorilla that showed up that I've kind of known about but not fucked with. Like, I'm just all over the place. I'm all over the place. I don't even know what's going on right now. And so they're just like, okay, like, we beat him. And he's just like, how does Kong feel about heights? And I was just like, get it, everybody? Because he climbed a building in a completely different movie franchise. So, get it?
I got it.
Get it. And then we're back to Hong Kong. We gotta go to Hong Kong, right? Maybe we just follow Kong still. Fuck, I don't know.
No, the Scooby Gang ends up in Hong Kong for the Super Tubes, like 5 hours later in the movie.
Oh yeah, so we do introduce Mega Godzilla first.
Yeah, you see Mega Godzilla. You basically see Apex, chairman of the board, telling his pilot, "Give him the juice." He's like, "I can't, dude." He's like, "Oh yeah."
They've made a monster fighting pit under Hong Kong.
Yeah.
With no permits. None. Zero.
I don't know if permits were really in the
zero permits.
In the plans.
Yeah, so they go through the biggest fucking door ever, get locked in, and then there's Mechagodzilla. And they release a monster. Still no one in this observation deck is like, hey, I think there's 3 humans down on the floor. Like, no one.
And there's just these creatures that are just released to get their asses beat. Or like, did you guys see those guys? You want to go kill them instead of me? Oh no!
I'm gonna run right towards them. Does anyone see that? I'm running away from the giant robot monster, and right towards dinner. Does anyone see that? No one on the observation deck. No one.
Imagine being the actor in that scene. So, guys, you're going to enter this room, and it's going to be a real big room, right? And then a real big door is going to open up, and then a real shitty CG monster is going to run right at you. But it's on your left, so run that way. That'll do.
That's fine. We'll make it work.
I was like, what the fuck?
We'll just fucking flip the footage. I know you ran the wrong way, even though I gave you clear directions, but we'll flip the footage.
Whatever, guys. We're just having fun.
Yeah, and so then we see Mechagodzilla, who sucks, to be quite honest. His design sucks. It's like,
no, Dustin, it doesn't like suck.
Godzilla's
it super sucks.
Like little brother who's like filling it. It's like a stunt double for Godzilla, who's not quite as muscular. And I don't even know. There's not even a good enough analogy to explain how much he super sucks, as Kevin said.
He looks like he's made out of bad Bionicles.
Yeah. Oh no, he is. He's very like early generation Bionicles, not before it like took off and got real popular.
Not the cool one with like the animatron, like the ones that are battery powered. You can make like a fucking.
I made a fucking drone. You're just like, oh shit.
Yeah, like I saw one kid.
Like the weird Toonami knockoff one.
He made like a prosthetic hand out of those things.
Oh yeah, I saw that guy too.
And they were just like, Lego was like, Jesus, dude, and they signed him up for all these grants to these like MIT schools and shit. This kid's a fucking genius, and he just created his own fucking prosthetic hand, and it fucking works. I was like, yeah, get him to design your fucking Mechagodzilla, you stupid fuck movie.
He's like, I am busy with real problems.
And this movie,
that thing is dumb. So yeah, Mechagodzilla grabs the monster, shoots a ray in it, only gets up to 40% energy.
Yeah,
we got problems.
Can't even do that right.
Power source. So they dive into a tunnel. That's where they stay for a little bit before we continue with their adventure.
Let's just go back to the Arctic and get Godzilla.
Yeah, we're going back to the Arctic for
sure. Man fighting again soon.
They drop King Kong into the snow. He wakes up like, what the fuck? My ass is cold. He starts looking around. They use the deaf girl.
But it's not really snow, it's salt.
Yeah.
And then the little crystal dogs run up, and everyone's like, oh, this movie sucks too. Don't bring this into it.
Yeah, no, please don't. And he shivers. He's just like, I've been here for like a few minutes, and it's kind of cold. But they bring the little girl out. She's just like, go down that hole if you want to go home. And he's just like, I'm pretty sure we didn't come this way, so why would I go that way?
You don't know shit, monkey. Get in the fucking hole.
She's like, go in the hole. And then
get in your hole.
Dr. Scientist Mom is just like, listen, he could maybe possibly have family down there. I'm going to lie to you a little bit, but not a lot, but like a little bit. So just tell him that there's family down there, which seems like that wouldn't really work because he wants to be the top gorilla. But yeah, maybe there's family down there.
I don't know what his motivation is. He's a big dumb monkey, and Kia is just like Kia's like home, and he's like, oh, that sounds good.
He's like, I'm a little tired, a little sedated. It's been a long flight. The boat ride kind of sucked. You know what? I'm just going to put my feet up. Like, this monkey has more urgency than the movie does, I feel like. And that's weird because he's just completely torn from his element at every turn. So he goes down the hole and they're just like, oh shit, suit up, motherfuckers. We all got super space age, like black and gold fucking like hive shit. We're just go, 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 go. Why didn't we get the little girl one? Everyone else has these dope ass suits. Not the little girl. She's still dressed like a homeless orphan.
Excuse me, ma'am. She's a little girl. She shouldn't have been on this mission from the get-go. She's really past her bedtime or whatever. We've been up for like 3 weeks.
We've been up nonstop for 3 goddamn weeks.
We don't have child sizes for our super dangerous HOVA machines.
You want to talk to Kong? I only know baby sign language, okay? She needs to talk to Kong. Okay? She can feel, when he's got a rumble in his tumble and he needs a big snack. Okay, we need to bring her. It's a very dangerous mission. We could all be crushed to death by the gravity, but sure, I'll bring a child.
I mean, at least if the child's eating like applesauce packets and shit, they're just like, "Hey, you want to get in a cyber suit?" And she's like, "Nah."
Yeah, that kid, she don't eat shit. She's not allowed to eat anything.
Like, give her a cashew or something.
Yeah. It's just like a single cashew.
It's
like,
the fattiest of the nuts. She'll be fine.
That'll tide you over till the end of the movie. She's like, thank you, Dr. Mom. She's just like, really just call me doctor. Okay.
Thank you, bad mother.
Thank you, bad mother. They get into their suit or their spaceships. They're spaceships. I'm just going to call them
They
that.
suck.
They suck. They're the horrible design. Such a missed opportunity. I mean, several thousands of missed opportunities in this movie's design choices. The biggest being Mechagodzilla. The second being these fucking ships. The third being the stupid, like, Hyperloop pods.
Stupid movie.
Yeah.
So Godzilla starts. Jesus Christ, Monkey Man
King
starts.
Kong.
Yeah, I'm just like, he's not in this movie.
Kong.
King Kong starts swinging. He buys the gimmick. Oh yeah, they got to be in there because I don't smell anything, so I'm dumb as hell. Ah, fuck it.
He's like, I got nothing else to do.
And he starts swinging, and the ships just kind of take turns being in front of him and behind him and then off to the side of him. And it kind of started confusing me. Yeah, it's almost like it's like they rendered that scene and they're like, oh, dude, you didn't put the ships in. He's like, son of a bitch.
He's like, where are they?
I'm not sitting through this fucking monkey footage again. Just put them wherever.
Yeah, and it's like they don't even give you time. Like, they're all sitting there trying to, like, fake appreciate what they're seeing happen with Kong, but how could they? Because this is maybe 30 seconds. Like, they just fucking hotshot book us straight to Hollow Earth, like, so fast. We're just like, I'm not appreciating any of this time or effort.
And then the gravity well just flips Kong, and he's just like, oh, I didn't see this coming.
And the one time the camera you thought would flip Kevin, it fucking didn't.
I know, dude.
I was like, what?
I know.
I 1,000% expected the camera to flip at that point because it actually genuinely made sense with what it was doing. And instead they were like, no.
No, Dustin, we just are going to send a couple of assholes in these, prototype ships that have probably never been flown or done this before. They have no training. They don't know how to pilot it. They're just going to...
don't know where they're going.
They're just going to follow a fucking monkey to the land of the lost.
And this monkey gives zero fucks about waiting for him. He's horrible to follow. He's fucking running red lights. He's making turns without signaling. They're just like, come on, Kong. So they're calling him constantly, like, dude, where are you?
He doesn't pick up.
You lost me.
I dropped a pin.
Pick up. He's listening to music. He's good. So he's having a deep conversation with himself.
So he jumps out of the gravity well, and they go through it too. And everyone's just kind of like, cool. Their radios still work. They're still making communication. The ships haven't
cell phone calls, dude.
They're still ordering Domino's.
Yeah, she's like, have it fucking hot and ready, okay? Yeah, I know that's Little Caesars, but I'll say whatever marketing I want for you, fucking.
But it's real catchy. I think all you pizza places should do it.
Yeah. So eat a dick, get a tear. All right. Yeah. No, I want boneless wings. Your fucking boned wings suck.
So. Well, sir, that's just fucking nuggets. You fucking man child.
Yeah,
but we'll have it there for you.
Well, they're in 30. Yeah,
it's just like there's a fucking outlet mall here. I'm just like, is this really hidden?
And welcome to Hollow Earth. We've known about it for a while. That's why that guy's booked it, Sal. Everyone knew. They were just like, yeah, we know. We don't care. It's real shitty. Like, if you're not getting killed, you're stepping in shit constantly.
Oh, that's because you're on the bad side of the Hollow Earth.
Yeah, you gotta fucking do the gravity jump in the middle and go to the good side. Where we've killed everything.
There's no monkeys and pterodactyls and shit. And the goddamn rock people aren't here. The fucking... What's the Hanna-Barbera cartoon with the slime ball and the rock guy and the barbarian? And they ride the rhino that shoots the rocks.
I don't remember.
They're not there.
They're not there. I was just like, sick, man. They found the savage land. Where's fucking Magneto and the fucking mutants to be like, whoa. Hey, nah, this is our shit now, all right? There's Kazar and his stupid saber-tooth tiger over there. But, like, we got the Sauron and this shit over here. So, like, fuck off. you assholes, you're gonna like stomp around and mess up our ecosystem. And they're just like, Sauron just wants to touch people. He just needs love.
Man, I wonder what that cartoon was called.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what it's called for the life of me.
I think it's like the family's
Humanoids?
Name. Ooh, that sounds good.
Maybe? I don't know. I mean, that's what comes to mind. But anyway, so yeah, they're falling. Like these ships that are specifically designed to do this gravity jump thing.
This pterodactyl takes one out of the fucking sky.
Yeah, like well, that's shortly after. At first, they have to all fall, and they're just like falling.
The Herculoids.
The ship Herculoid. Yeah, I knew it had an oids on it or something.
Yeah.
But these ships that were designed for this task, this mission, to go through this gravity well and not get fucked up, get fucked up.
Dude, they fucking implode like a Kia. Not the good sporty ones they have now, like the old ones where you're like
a '90s one, where you were just like, I bought this for $5,000 new. That seems wrong. Oh, now I know why. Yeah, so then one of them gets taken out. They all nearly collide with Kong, who's also just sliding down a mountain, just like, I'm going to take a lot of battle damage before my big fight. And then they just, like, Kong is like, oh, cool, land. All right, I'll just start running full speed towards everything. Some weird flying snake things come out. He kicks one of their asses. He then gets kind of choked out by another one, and they have to help him, which I was just like,
sucks.
I was like, Kong, you're being billed as real weak. Like,
yeah,
weak
why did
bullshit, man?
Kong should just jumped up, ripped one of their wings off, took the other one, beat the other one to death with the other one,
and that's what I'm saying. Is
and like crush, like curb stomp their heads, and I'd be like, damn, yeah. Kong's shit.
That was a chance to kind of give him some more fucking wins in the win column before the big fight, because we already saw all of Godzilla's at the beginning. It was a very long list, and then we saw some real bullshit ones for King Kong. But then we also saw a 40% Mechagodzilla kill one of the same monsters that Kong killed
in like 10 seconds.
And yeah, exactly. So we're still like, this guy's real weak. And that's what super annoyed me. That always super annoys me about King Kong is that he's not cool enough to hang with Godzilla.
That's what I'm just saying, like, dude. You put armor on him. You get him all fucking like.
I mean, they gave him a fucking axe in this one, Kevin, and he still sucked. I was like, first of all, stop giving people axes. I'm fucking over that shit. Thank you, Avengers. You ruin axes for everyone.
They're like, that's true. We had it doesn't matter.
It doesn't fucking matter. So eventually Kong goes and he finds like the tallest peak, the lowest valleys. Ain't no mountain too high. There's this weird gravity thing going on where rocks are floating in the middle, because Hollow Earth is still round, I guess, or just like two flat Earths stacked on top of each other. They don't really let us see enough of it to understand what the fuck we're looking at. And then he just jumps over and grabs a giant gorilla hand that someone carved. I assume another giant gorilla that was real bored. It was just like, here, this will help him back. I guess. Whatever. We don't really care.
The gorilla was like, I made this to scratch my back.
Yeah, he's like,
but then it gets lower till it gets lower to his butt. He's like, oh. Then it goes in his butt. The gorilla's like, I'm onto something.
He's like, you know what? This is what's going to be the downfall of our species right here, because I'm going to spend the rest of the day right here. So, and then he finds some.
He impales himself on it.
He's like, oh, fuck, too far.
The Kong fights him. He's like, Papa?
Papa. Yeah, we find like a rotting gorilla skull. And I'm just like, how long's that been there? This fucking guy's been
2
gone
weeks.
for forever. But whatever. Yeah, no heads or tails of any family. I think Kong's forgotten all about that.
He should have found like a picture in a frame with just a couple of monkeys in there.
Just baby Kong. They're just like, we'll never forget you.
No, there's 3 monkeys there, and he just looks at them, and he's like, oh, and a tear just goes down his cheek. And then all of a sudden they start to disappear. And then Bobby Brown runs up. She's like, Monkey, we got to go back.
Her hair's still pulled back. She's like all business right now.
It's all white. She's got a lab coat on. It was just like, was this another movie or
do we care? I don't even care. I mean, just as long as it doesn't make this movie longer.
So. And then he just uses the two heaves as roller skates, and they turn into flames, and he just goes back to the fucking.
Gotta get back in time.
Just go somewhere else. He just to another movie.
A cool jacket and fucking sunglasses on. And he's just like, "Fuck, you thought Warcog was great? Wait till you meet fucking Marty McCong, huh?"
Yeah. And then he puts sunglasses on, and he's like, "Charlie, don't surf." And everybody's like, "Whoa, too many movies."
I'm just like, "Come on, that's
you blew it, Marty Kong."
Damn it, Marty! I'm like, yeah. So, and then he finds some a throne room, I guess, that some previous Kong carved.
It's like the first Lazy Boy.
Yeah, and the first he just finds a throne. He's just like, this is all I
am home. And he's dressed like Al Bundy.
Yeah. Puts his hand in his pants. Ow! And he's just like
selling shoes.
Welcome to Kong Shoes. He's just like, listen, I know that we're all giant gorillas, but are you sure you're a size 6? And there's just like this giant fat Kong that's just like
with lipstick on and a wig.
Yeah, it's just him. He plays all the characters because he's still the last Kong.
he's just being Patrick Stewart and a one-man Al Bundy Married with Children retrospective.
Yeah. Signing all of it, they're just like, man, I don't know. He lost me like 4 sentences ago. I'm just not that fast. And he has such big hands.
Yeah, just one more shitty 80s reference from these dickheads. That's all they're doing.
Just back to back to back. It's because he's in a giant throne room, Kevin. He picks up an axe. He does a scream like, yeah, fucking...
I'm king of the monsters!
I'm the king. I'm the alpha. There's no one here to share it with. Why were there little seats carved out? Were there smaller apes there? Did they do all the work?
Human worshippers.
Who took the time to carve this shit? Who took the time to carve the giant...
Smart monkeys
on the top of the mountain?
Littler monkeys. Ooh, maybe in a new TV series coming soon called The Littlest Monkey or The Littlest Kong. So he's all small now and he goes on little adventures.
Yeah, no.
And by little, I mean like 5-10 minutes.
It's all in the name. So he puts some axe down in some spot because he's just like, this looks like it goes here.
I've created a tool.
Yeah, he makes a giant. Yeah, that's the thing. He's like, oh, he's using tools. He's using chairs. They're making idols, false idols to pray to.
He's getting the best rate on his insurance.
Yeah, he's just like, this truly is home. And then this like dragon snake thing, I was like, charges up on the floor, and I was like, what? And then boom, Kong's in fucking Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Tearing shit up because he's just like, I know you got a mecha version of me in here somewhere. You fucking dicks.
Hey, no,
just like, yet again, Kong is unprovoked and attacking Hong Kong. And then Monarch's just like, we got to get there in an hour.
Yeah, to get Donkey Kong Country is in the wrong country.
He's in the wrong country. He's close, but so far off. So far off.
And he's just pissed that he's breaking shit because someone moved his kids.
He's just like, they're so fucking comfortable. And you could put them in the wash. And so, yeah, so Godzilla's like destroying shit. I think Bobby Brown and crew have probably been captured. I really don't care about that part. They're just sneaking around. They discover that they've taken, I always say his fucking name wrong. King, what's his fucking name? King, fucking the 3-headed fuck. What the fuck's his name? Shit.
I don't know.
Ghidorah. That's my best attempt at pronouncing that. They've for some reason, they've taken King Ghidorah's head. They've jacked the pilot into it Pacific Rim style and made that head talk to the King Ghidorah juices that they're pumping through Mechagodzilla, it doesn't make a lick of fucking sense. Like, not a lick of fucking sense of why you need this organic interface for your mechanical
Well, I was kind of
monster.
confused because I thought it was like, well, is this Robo Jock style where he just controls it from a Oh, he's in it. Why did he have to get in it? I don't. That doesn't.
Why is he in the skull? Why does he have to be in the skull? The interface doesn't work at all, by the way, once they get it powered up. It's real stupid. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So eventually they're caught and revealed whatever. So that part's just kind of covered for now. Okay. So then Godzilla, sensing that Kong has placed the axe in the forbidden circle, just shoots a fucking beam down to Hollow Earth. Like, for 25 minutes, I feel like. Shoots a beam down. And here's the kicker. It's directly above King Kong's head. Somehow. In Hong Kong. At this time of day. Just in his kitchen. Shoots the beam down. And it almost hits Kong perfectly. So then they yell at each other through the fucking hole they've made in the planet.
Yeah.
And I was just like, shut up, both of you. People are trying to sleep through this movie, okay?
It's a real tough ask for the audience at this point.
It's very tough. Like, okay. And so, evil daughter finds the power source. They scan it. And then their technology that's untested and never been in this environment sends the data back within like 2 seconds. They must have some fiber going on to the bad guy dad, who's not so bad. And they're just like, okay, we got like the power information, so now we can, I don't know, just bear with us here, recreate it.
Basically, Mechagodzilla's running at 100% now.
Yeah. So, and then they're all leaving. They're fleeing because Godzilla's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm going to go fight Godzilla because I got a battle axe now. People get eaten and destroyed. Godzilla catches one of them. He checks inside to make sure little girl's not present. And then when evil daughter realizes that little girl's not present, she's like, oh, fuck. And then he squishes them. And you're just like, ah, ha, ha, ha. She got what she deserved, I guess.
I assume. She's probably a nice lady. Maybe she was having just a case of the Mondays.
Maybe she was just like, I don't know, had a shitty dad and grew up spoiled. I don't know. Maybe she needed a hug and some love. And then, our new family of 3 of Dr. fucking Hollow Earth and Dr. Mom and Deaf Jean Grey, they all get into a ship. And even though this man's never piloted the ship, he fucking brings them back to Earth. And they don't have to go through the gravity bubble because Godzilla shot a fucking hole through that shit.
And then the Earth is fine, though, because we didn't need that to keep us spinning or something. Or nothing? Anything? No oceans rising?
Thrown off Mother Earth. Or Mother Nature. All
knock a cot it loose. Nothing.
Yeah, so then Kong's just like, he crawls out of the hole. He loses.
You just do this part. It just turns into a big fiesta fight.
No. This is my favorite part, Kevin. Because not actually, but like when I saw, so he comes out and someone was like, I'm gonna have King Kong give Godzilla the Macho Man elbow, or possibly maybe inspired by the People's Elbow. And I was just like, I don't ever want to see 2 giant monsters doing wrestling moves, unless it's my Saturday morning cartoon idea what I'm about to pitch you, Kevin, in which they go on adventures together, teaming up with the WWE to learn how to fucking job. And then you find out that fucking Kong, he's got a shit work ratio, and then Zilla's over here fucking selling for him nonstop, and then they gotta learn to come together. And then at the end, they fight the fucking Road Warriors. Why? Because we're just dusting off. We don't care. WWE don't give a fuck. So that's my Saturday morning cartoon idea, where they're just going on adventures. And then, and only then, when I accept one of them fucking giving him a Macho Man elbow to someone else.
Like maybe if Kong was just watching just old like WrestleMania tapes
That would
on
be
his
amazing.
island, just bored out of his mind, then I'd let it go. But for him just to do that just because somebody was like, I don't know,
For
man.
him to even pick up an axe and know how to use it, I was just like, come on.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. Like if he was watching some Conan the Barbarian flicks or just some real like if it was the movie Chocolate or something and he was just, you know, monkey see, monkey do. Ah, are you with me on the title?
mm,
Now that's something I'm getting behind. Yeah,
yeah.
it was just whatever. At this point when the fight kicks in, it's I'm just like, all right, let's just wait till they figure out they need to work together. And they do.
Yeah, and yeah, they do after Kong gets his shoulder dislocated
And then he
and
lethal
Godzilla
weapons that he
crushes
gets
his.
he lethal weapons that he gets the building.
Well, no, first we gotta yeah, but yeah, you're skipping ahead. First Godzilla's gotta crush his fucking sternum.
If you
And,
want to play by play this fucking fight, I'll let you go for it.
no,
'Cause
just this part because like then they just stare at each other, and then Godzilla yells at Kong like, "You done, motherfucker?" And they just keep showing their faces, and then Kong's like, "No, I'm not fucking done." He's just like, "Are you done?" He's like, "You fucking feel done," and then he just leaves. And I was like, "Where's the part where they fucking kill each other?"
if they would have ran the
Like,
credits then, I would have been stoked.
yeah, I was just like, I thought only one of them could live.
No, man.
Why did they keep not killing each other? Godzilla keeps fucking putting this guy down and just letting him come back for more.
Yeah, it's really stupid. I don't even really get in too much into it. I know like the writers, directors, or whatever, they were like, yeah, just like Freddy versus Jason, all these things. We're not really. There's really going to be no winner. And I was like, then why'd you even do the
Yeah.
movie?
Oh, we
Why'd
knew.
you
I
even
mean, we
call it
knew
this?
the second Mecha Godzilla shows up. Yeah, so Kong's out. They jumpstart his heart with one of these shitty the shitty
Ships.
ship, which was even stupider because he jumps up and he's just got like a raging Kong boner. He's just like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, and then Godzilla engages into a fight with Mecha Godzilla, who is disconnected from the pilot instantly, and so the AI is just taken over.
I didn't get that part. I was
I didn't
like,
get that either because I'm like, what AI? You said you had to link with fucking King Godzilla or whatever, King Quesadilla. Like what? Like there's all this shit that they're just introducing and bullshitting. Where I'm just like, no, that makes sense with anything else you've introduced.
but then that's why I said I feel like this movie has just tons of scenes cut out.
No. And so then they start fighting. Bad guy gets killed. Our Scooby Doo squad is trying to figure out how to stop him. The kid who's not a hacker just starts trying to type in passwords and hoping for the best, which all of a sudden this mega corporation has security, Kevin. Like, come on.
It was,
And the guy that works for them doesn't know any passwords.
he doesn't know a fucking thing.
Yeah. And so the solution is pour his dead wife's whiskey on the machine. And that gives this like hiccup to Mecha Godzilla, to where then King Kong and Godzilla can team up together and beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, man. If your $1 billion mech could get brought down by a fucking computer, you suck.
Like computer bourbon.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then Godzilla charges up Kong's axe, and then they slice and dice and
It
cut
just
him up.
there's just no faith in the big giant monster fight. You couldn't just have the two of them, kind of work together. I would have been happier if they was starting to do impromptu like tag team wrestling moves. Like we don't know each other, but we're gonna figure out how to beat this fucker. Instead of
Wrestling's like dancing. We'll find out in the ring.
instead of have like this fucking child come in here and spill fucking piss on a keyboard, and all of a sudden this thing just stops functioning like it should. What?
Oh yeah, and the deaf girl had to tell Kong that Godzilla is not his enemy,
Yeah, like you
even though
can't.
they try to kill each other every time they look at each other. It's like, well, do you know what an enemy is, child? Because I'm gonna say no.
It just was stupid.
Yeah, and then it's done. Godzilla's and Kong square up one more time, and then Kong's like, "All right, I'll put my axe down." So Godzilla's like, yeah, because I already fucking beat your ass twice. So
Like
what's
it
one
was so
more?
stupid. Like they should have just gave each other daps or something. Just
Seriously, at that point, I mean, or just like stop zooming in on their eyes so damn much. I was like, what is this fucking anime? Are these two about to kiss or something? What the fuck's going on?
that would have been funny.
Like we got way too much eye shot going on. Yeah, now, that would have been hilarious. But and so then Godzilla's like, all right, I'm gonna fuck off. It's been a long day. Like I've been fighting for like 3 weeks. Gotta go not protect the Earth for a moment. And then Kong just screams and that's it. We're just at the Kong facility in Hollow Earth, and now our shitty family of 3 are studying Kong in Hollow Earth. And I was like, who is funding this? And then the movie has the audacity just to roll credits after that. After he's doing his whole fucking morning routine thing again.
Yeah, they play him out with
the same song. They bookend it.
It's just
the woman up high in the fucking building, and did you see the first King Kong with Peter Jackson? And so like you're like, this song fucking sucks. Like I shouldn't sing ever again.
Yeah, this movie's trash. It's probably one of the worst movies I've seen. I mean, as bad as they're not even really. It has no excuse to be bad.
It doesn't. It has too much money, and
it's not even that. It has such a simple premise that just is convoluted. It's just stupid. They try to be crafty and cute with what they want to do, and it's just dumb. They shoehorn all these people in there when they could have just had these two guys just beat the shit out of each other. This is where you need a shoestring storyline just to keep the next fight interesting. Yeah. And that's all you got to do. I don't need all this extra shit. But since you guys tried to do all this extra shit with this quote unquote character development, motivation, all that stuff, this Monsterverse that you're trying to build, it goes all out the window because everything you do is so poorly done. It's poorly done. Like, I don't know. It's just beyond awful. It's like you said. I said it earlier. You said there's no way. You have to be a die-hard big monster kaiju loving person to just even give this your time. Like I'd rather just stare at a fucking blank wall for fucking 2 hours than watch this shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be those people that just like the new Godzilla movie, and they're gonna just be like fine with because it's their Godzilla. That's the only thing they know or like. I just hate everything I see. I don't like this Godzilla's design. Like, I'm just going to straight up say that. Like, the spikes in the back are probably the only thing that are tolerable just because it's hard to fight, to fuck those up, I've never liked King Kong. I never will like King Kong. I think that's just been made abundantly clear to me with this movie. And then you have this excess of human actors, and I don't even think they do character development with them. There is no reason to care for them. There's no reason to see them all standing together as an ensemble cast at the end, because it's just like, who cares? Like,
it's just a huge disconjointed mess, man.
It's 3 movies in one, and none of those movies are good or need to be touching like this. So, like, I'd rather watch Freddy vs. Jason. At least that I was just like, this is dumb fun.
Yeah,
that knew what it wanted to be, whereas this movie didn't.
That knew was like, hey man, I'm just gonna have some fun with this. We're just gonna try to do just dumb fun, like you said. Million times entertaining than this. More entertaining.
Yeah, this is trying to like craft some like 30-year legacy of lore that I don't know.
I don't know what it was.
These people.
It just feels like
a guy named Bernie.
It just feels like it's been heavily edited. It feels like a studio wanted these things to happen, and they were trying to still put that original idea in there, and nothing really works. So you have these 3 parallel subplot, like these 3 subplots. There's nothing really pushing any of them. They're all just things happening.
Oh, yeah, they just keep going. That's all they do. They just keep going until they end up in Hong Kong.
Yeah. That's all. It's awful. It stinks.
Yeah, it's one of the worst movies I've seen in several years. And we probably have said that a few times on this show, I feel like. But this right now definitely is bowing to no one.
Like I said, it's a different kind of stink because it could be so simple and they just tried way too hard. It's too fucked up. Well, usually the other bad movies are they're really trying hard, or it's a performance, or it's backed by tons of money. The studio wanted it to be a certain thing. Hopefully they got it. I'm sure it's going to probably do well, but
yeah, just, people are bored and nothing else is out. So
there you go.
It's like they're riding the coattails of Justice League too. I mean, they're just like they're doing great. They don't give a fuck. So, but I would, if you have never seen a Godzilla or King Kong movie, or just, I don't know, are just super bored, just please don't watch this movie. It's literally 2 hours of just garbage. So, that I think will do it for us, Kevin.
Yeah, man, that's it. That's a podcast. You got 2 hours to kill. You might as well check out our other podcasts on the Us versus Movies podcast, wherever you get them from, wherever your poison is being picked. Are you going to wait a week later? Check it out on the YouTube. The choice is yours. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we'll do it again next time. See you later, Dustin.
See you later, Kevin. And I'm a Rodan fan.